Today we'll discuss about one important personality whom we can say the pioneer of socialism in pre-independence times. So he is J P Narayan. Now J P Narayan is very popularly known as Lohia. Okay. Now his contribution is more important in pre-independence when it comes to the socialism factor and also in post-independence. First of all, we'll cover his contribution in pre-independence India. He was the one who founded the Congress Socialist Party in 1934. J P Narayan, Ramanohar Lohia, Acharya Narendra Dev and Achyut Patwardhan. Now the thing is, INC did not take care much. I mean to say, INC was not much more interested in the peasants issue from 1885. Now that is the reason why the peasants, particularly of Bengal, were not in support of INC, and most of the peasants of Bengal were Muslims also. That is also a reason why Muslim League also came in 1906. But when the movement started increasing, when Congress thought, yes, we need to include the socialism objective in INC, so he was the man, and these were the personalities who brought the Congress Socialist Party. Now second, he was also involved in Kisan Sabha Movement. Now Kisan Sabha Movement started, that is All India Kisan Sabha, in 1936 by Swami Sahajanand Saraswati in the INC Lucknow session of 1936. Now in this session, Jawaharlal Nehru was the president. Jawaharlal Nehru was the president. He supported this movement. And finally in same session 1936, a resolution was passed, that is socialism is the objective of INC. Now socialism means the means of production will be controlled by the state. This is the pure meaning of socialism, and the aim of socialism is nothing but welfare of the people. Now here he was involved. He did not start this movement, but he was involved in the Kisan Sabha movement. Now in the Quit India movement also he participated when all the big leaders were arrested in the morning of August 9th, when the Quit India movement started. So these were the local level leaders who did underground activities. Now J P Narayan was doing underground activities, but he was arrested. He was arrested, but he escaped. He escaped from Hazaribagh jail, that is in Bihar, and he went to Nepal. And in Nepal, he started a revolutionary group. He collected all his like the people who were revolutionaries in nature, that is against the British, that is in Quit India movement. And they started a group known as Azad, Dasta. Now Azad Dasta started in Nepal, but there was also, they set up a headquarter in Bihar, and the headquarter was in Madhubani. And there are other officers, branch officers all over in Bihar who were protesting against the British in Quit India movement. Now, because we talked about socialism here, we need to know the difference between three types of socialism. That is Gandhian socialism, Nehruvian socialism, Marxian socialism. Now, Gandhian socialism and Marxian socialism, one question came in PYQ, maybe in 2020 or 2021, one question came. Now, first of all, before going here, we should know what is socialism. Now, socialism aim is welfare of the people. You can call it equality, rich, poor, divide, everything should be the same. Now, here, the means of production is owned by the government or the state. Now, this is the means, how socialism is done. And the aim is welfare, but there are three kinds. So one thing is Gandhian socialism. What Gandhi thought about socialism? First of all, Gandhi always wanted that there should be a state-less society. That is, the people will not be controlled by the government, but they will control themselves. That is self-rule. We call self-rule. So for Gandhi, the Swaraj is self-rule with an aspect of morality. That is, we should be different. We should be detached from all sin activities. That is what Gandhi said. That is, we will rule ourselves and also we will be detached from all sin activities. That is, moral concept he added in the Swaraj concept. So maybe that is the reason why he said that no state is required, because everyone becomes moral. So obviously there is no need of any state to control people. And he told that this stateless society and the unit of democracy will be village. That is why he always talked about to the villages. Now, how this Gandhian socialism will be achieved? It will be achieved when the means of production will be owned by the village communities, not by the state, because state is not there. So it will be managed, the production, means of production will be managed by the village communities. Now coming to Nehruvian socialism, the socialism which we adopted after our independence, that is Nehru's style of socialism. Now Nehru was always in favor of parliamentary democracy. It means people will vote, the representative will go to parliament, and that guy will bring the socialism aspect or the welfare of the people. People will not bring themselves, the government will do it for the people. Okay, so here the means of production clearly will be owned by the state. For example, if you take example, it is PSU, public sector units. Initially after 1947 we had a lot of public sector units. Now it has become more of a capitalist after post 1991 LPG reforms, but initially it was owned by public sector units. Yes, there were private sectors, but it was of less, because license was required for the government. The government has to give license for anyone to open a private company. So initially it was a mix of socialism and capitalism, but yes, the socialism was on the higher side. And post 1991, the capitalist tendencies have increased. Okay, yes, we have welfare, we have socialism aspect, but yes, the capitalist tendency have increased after 1991 LPG reforms. Now coming to Marxian socialism, now Karl Marx always had the condition. He told the condition is there is always a rift between workers and capitalists. He used to say the capitalists are subjugating the workers. The capitalists or the businessmen are becoming rich, and the rich and poor, the gap होता है वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता increase होता है. So here they say this is the condition, and to bring welfare or equality, the workers have to own the means of production. The workers will own the means of production, and yes, if required, if they are not getting their due rights, they can be violent also. So here the concept of violence is also there. So in a way you can say the Maoist and the left-wing extremism, in a way the genesis has come from this ideology. Okay? Here we will discuss about the post-independence contributions of J P Narayan. Now he supported the Sarvodaya movement. Sarvodaya movement initially was the movement of Gandhi. It means upliftment of everyone. So he supported that movement post-independence after the death of Gandhi. He also supported the Bhoodan movement. Bhoodan movement is the giving of lands to the poor people. It was started by Vinobha in 1951. It was part of land reform movement, and this Bhoodan movement is also a component, or it is based on Gandhi's trusteeship model. Gandhi used to have the ideology of trusteeship. It means he said everyone should be a trustee of this society. Apart from your basic needs, you should try to give it back to the society. So this Bhoodan movement was also in a way a component of Gandhi's trusteeship model back before independence. And Bhoodan movement was in 1951 by Vinobha. Vinobha was also a staunch Gandhian. Now the most important part is total revolution. The total revolution is the concept brought by J P Narayan during emergency. That is against Indira Gandhi government in 1975. So it is a combination of 7 revolutions: political revolutions, economic revolution, social revolution, cultural revolution, educational revolution, spiritual and thought. Now political revolution means ending corruption, centralization, because during emergency it happened. Emergency happened because of that. The movement against emergency, it happened because of corruption, because of centralist tendencies of the Congress government back then. Economic, for economic equality of rich and poor, because in 1960s, 50s, we will see India was not growing in that way. There was Hindu rate of growth, 3.5% equal it was going. Corruption was happening. So economic revolution. Social revolution is overall development of the society. You can say any kind of social levels. It was against that. Cultural revolution, it means revival of ancient culture and ancient roots. Educational, quality education. Because of lack of educational facilities, lack of quality educational facilities, India is not able to grow. So he told about that. He told about spiritual revolution, that is having spiritual, moral values in your life. like reducing our materialistic tendencies, increasing our spiritualistic tendencies. And thought revolution. Thought revolution means logical and rationalistic thinking, thinking based on evidence, thinking based on logic, thinking based on scientific criteria or objective criteria. So these are all the part of total revolution. Now you can also write the mains answer if they ask to discuss the total revolution and its relevance in today's times. All these points, all these 7 have relevance in today's times also, in today's contemporary times, be it political revolution, be it economic, social, cultural, educational. Because yes, if you talk about, for example, culture, we are more going towards Western ideas because of globalization. This is a negative effect of globalization. Educational, yes, education has become a business. Spiritual, yes, we are now moving towards more towards materialistic tendencies. We need to have spiritual values. Thought, we are not nowadays thinking like in a logical way or rational way. Everything, be it political ideology, be it anything, everything should be based on a rational or logical basis. Similar goes for all these 3. Fine. So this was the total revolution. So that's it for post-independence and pre-independence contributions of J P Narayan.